my baby.
Neighbors say they saw multiple fights among girls Monday evening in the area of Northwest 8th Avenue and 16th Street in Fort Lauderdale.
There was a fight that broke out and somebody got shot. My little cousin got shot.
Okay, stay on the phone, okay? There's a car already up to the service, okay?
Late one February evening in 2025, a Fort Lauderdale community was shaken by sudden violence. What began as a routine weeknight quickly turned tragic when discharges erupted during a street brawl, claiming the life of 16-year-old Tanaejah Atterbury. Tanaejah, a high schooler known for her bright smile and gentle spirit, was an innocent bystander. She was in the wrong place at the wrong time, unfortunately. In the aftermath, residents and loved ones were left mourning a promising young life cut short and demanding justice. It was February 17, 2025, and a chaotic scene unfolded on Northwest 8th Avenue. Dozens of youth had gathered on the residential street, where two girls were reportedly embroiled in an argument that drew a crowd. Tanaejah stood among the onlookers, and as tensions flared, an unidentified individual pulled out a firearm and opened fire into the crowd without warning. The crack of the discharges sent people scattering in panic. Screams filled the night air as teens ran for cover, then confusion. Was anyone hurt? Who had been hit? Suddenly, Tanaejah collapsed. In the frenzy, she had been struck in the back, the round ripping through her body and exiting near her right shoulder. In the immediate aftermath, chaos gave way to desperate urgency. Panicked witnesses dialed 911 for help, frantically trying to convey what had happened.
Police released 911 calls made by Tanaejah's own cousin and others.
There was a fight that broke out and somebody got shot. My little cousin got shot.
Okay, stay on the phone, okay? There's a car already up to the service, okay?
Somebody has been shot. Please come, please come. Somebody been shot. Please send somebody now. 911, what's the address of your emergency?
Hey, somebody just got shot on 8th Avenue. They need to hurry up and get over here.
Neighbors rushed to Tanaejah's side, including her mother, Heller, who had been nearby. Sharday later recounted the gut-wrenching moment she found her daughter wounded on the ground and heard the teen's final words.
It was a fight that neighbors say was between two girls over a boy. And tonight we not only spoke to the victim's family, we spoke to her mother.
I see my baby laying there, and she said, "Mama, okay, Mom. I'm okay."
Those were the last words Sharday Heller heard her daughter say.
She only 16 years old. My baby ain't messing with nobody. Y'all had to write my baby.
Neighbors say they saw multiple fights among girls Monday evening in the area of Northwest 8th Avenue and 16th Street in Fort Lauderdale. One of those fights erupted into fired.
A fight. They had nothing to do with her, and they was just shooting.
It was a girl fight, and they jumped in it. The dudes jumped in, and it had nothing to do with her. She just was standing out there.
Loved ones say Tanaejah Atterbury was shot in the upper body. She was rushed to the hospital where her mom says she died. The victim was a 9th grader, seen here in the orange shirt with her sister. Her mom and aunt say she loved making these videos, dancing with her siblings.
I just pray to God y'all get this and get my baby.
Tanaejah's aunt says she is certain they will find him.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know.
And he getting it. I mean, he know what time it is.
Within minutes, police and paramedics arrived to secure the area and tend to the victim. Tanaejah was rushed to a local hospital, fighting for her life. Sadly, despite medical efforts, Tanaejah Atterbury succumbed to her injuries and was pronounced gone at the hospital. In the days that followed, Fort Lauderdale police launched a full-scale Hammy investigation to find the person responsible for the teen's passing. Detectives combed through the evidence left behind on Northwest 8th Avenue and collected surveillance footage from nearby homes, while they also examined cell phone videos that had captured parts of the brawl and the incident. Grainy clips shared by witnesses showed the moments leading up to the discharges, two separate fights breaking out on the street, a crowd of youths, then sudden pandemonium as discharges rang out. These videos, along with terrified 911 calls and eyewitness statements, gave investigators the critical leads to pursue. For nearly a week, the perpetrator remained at large, however. Tanaejah's loved ones, devastated by their loss, pleaded for justice to be solved. Their calls did not go unanswered. By the start of the following week, detectives had zeroed in on a suspect. Evidence and interviews pointed to a local 17-year-old whom witnesses placed at the scene with a firearm. On Tuesday, February 25, 2025, just 8 days following the incident, the police department's fugitive unit tracked down and arrested 17-year-old Isaiah Frazier, who was believed to be the gunman who opened fire that night. Frazier was taken into custody without incident, bringing a measure of relief to a community on edge. Police officials announced that the teenage suspect would face serious charges, one count of first-degree fatality for Tanaejah's life ending, and an additional count of attempted first-degree fatality in connection with the discharge incident spree. The inclusion of the attempted charge suggested that others in the crowd had been directly put in harm's way by the discharges, even though thankfully no one else lost their life. At the time of this video, Isaiah is being held in custody at Broward County's juvenile detention facility, awaiting determination regarding whether he will be formally tried in adult court given the severity of the crime.
Tanaejah's grandmother tells me it doesn't fill the void in their hearts.
Well, it ain't gonna bring my baby back. I'm glad they got him. And, you know, it's still a piece of soul in her heart and mind that she's never coming back.
She also says his age speaks to an ongoing issue throughout the community.
Listen, baby, these young kids are toting guns. I don't know if they gangs or they just want to show off or let somebody know what they did. But they're taking somebody's kids from them.
Our soul. It took our soul from us. I mean, she just began to be a teenager. And she was just looking.
Atterbury shot in the back after gunfire rang out. The bullet exited her right shoulder.
Like relieved, but I was like crying, emotional, like shaking, like I can't ask God when the time frame, and He really answered my prayers for my daughter. She's at peace, but I want justice, complete justice for her.
As the investigations turned into an impending court case, on March 1st, dozens of family, friends, classmates, and neighbors gathered at Tanaejah's home on the very street where the tragedy occurred. They lit candles and released paper lanterns into the night sky in a symbolic farewell. The air was heavy with emotion. Mourners shared prayers, held each other, and remembered what made Tanaejah special. Her relative described her as a kind, sweet, gentle girl who loved school and dancing with friends, but her future had been stolen in an instant.
She liked to dance, she liked to rap, you know, and she just come in the room, she just light up the room, you know, she's the lovable person. Yeah. She's a lovable person. It's sad that we don't have her no more, but God needed her more than we did.
The ending of Tanaejah Atterbury's life is a very harsh reminder of how quickly everyday life can turn into a nightmare when violence is included. A simple neighborhood dispute escalated into a deadly incident that took a beloved 16-year-old from her family and community. As of now, the case stands at a hopeful point of progress. Prosecutors are preparing their case, and it is expected that Isaiah will face the full weight of the law, quite possibly in adult court, for his alleged actions. May the family and friends of Tanaejah Atterbury find solace in the happy memories, and may her soul rest in perpetual peace. Thank you.